that would seem to be something significant anyway, and I'm sure Beth would have talked about that too. I'm.
Let me ask you about another piece of work here at the university. How would we approach Alan Cox's mural at Clark?
Oh, right. What I know of him, his father certainly would have been a very, very well-known painter, Kenyon Cox.
Do you know that Kenyon was also O'Keeffe's teacher in New York?
Oh, is that right? Really?
Isn't that a
I
coincidence?
didn't know that. You know, there's an O'Keeffe painting of Clark Hall where the mural is. And I saw that in Santa Fe, actually.
Oh.
I think it was the law school at the time or something. But it's one of those things that I think the university finds a little embarrassing, you know, and probably a lot of people don't even know about it.
What is it? Is it the nudity? Or?
Well, I think the nudity bothered them for a while back in the day, but I think now it just looks like such a kind of slightly campy sort of period piece of, you know, kind of academic painting taken to its extreme, you know, it's that kind of...
yeah, but so is the School of Athens in Cabell Hall.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, you know, obviously a copy after something a little more significant, but...
yeah. Well, it's also interesting to notice that I noticed that Cox's biographers, which exalt his role in the finishing of the murals at the Capitol in Washington D.C., they fail to mention the existence of this mural at all.
Well, you're several steps ahead of me already, I think, Eduardo. I sort of know, you know, I knew of the mural, I knew who did it, but I didn't really know much beyond that. So I'm not a very good source, I don't think, for information.
I also found out that that for the record, nobody seems to know who Clark is.
My guess would have been that maybe he had something to do with the law school, or was a lawyer or something, somebody in a legal profession, but I don't know.
If I tell you, I want to see your reaction when I tell you the story. He is the son of a former senator from the state of Montana and a baron of copper baron and railroad. But there is something else, something more to his credit, I should say. Alan, George Clark, George something Clark, I can't remember, William Clark, I think it is, it was named after his father, in fact, is the founder of the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra and the builder of the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, good heavens.
So, he graduated from the law school in 1899.
Okay.
He came to visit here in 1929, and he was told by the dean of the law school, we don't have enough room for the students. The minor hall is not large enough, we need a new building. So having him sold his house in Manhattan, more or less at the same time, for $3 million.
A lot of money in that day.
It was an entire city block.
Wow.
He gave the university $350,000 to build Clark Hall.
Huh.
It's an interesting that we don't know who it is.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't.
Nobody does. I don't. It's very interesting, but I don't think it's something that is exclusive to the University of Virginia. This happens in life. This happens in life.
Have you ever talked to Sandy Gilliam, by any chance? Do you know?
The historian.
Yes.
Yes, I was told to speak to him.
Yeah. That he might know things. I don't know that, but perhaps not in this case.
But you don't seem to be very fond of that mural at Clark.
Well, you know, I've seen it a couple of times. It didn't make a big impression on me one way or another. You know, I think competent, but not nothing that nothing very memorable about it. I thought.
Are there any other works of art like the one on Pavilion? I think there's one on the Romance language pavilion.
Yes, I've only seen that once.
Did it make any impression?
I'm trying to remember what it looked like.
It
It's
is
fairly dark,
Jefferson
as I
and
recall.
Lafayette, and in 1824 getting together finally for another time.
Yeah. I think my response to that was I thought, I didn't know there was a mural here. I had no idea. And I have only a vague memory of what it looked like.
Are there any other murals that we're missing that I'm not seeing?
Well, Lincoln Perry, obviously.
Oh yes, we reserve that for the end of the film.
No, nothing that I really know about. And I think Richard or some of those people would probably have a much better grasp of these things than I do.
I mean,